Because you see what you want me to do. You want me to be one of these flip-flop guys who, when we win, I get the pom-poms out. Yay, Frank, way. And then when we lose, you're profiting off the club. Brother, I've been telling you lot the same message for about 7 or 8 weeks now. Me telling you what I saw yesterday would just be repeating the same thing. At this point now, I've seen enough. 20 games for me is enough of a sample size where I can judge you as a manager. You tell me, as so-called neutrals, right? You tell me what you've seen from Spurs this season. Since I'm profiting and being the bad guy, let me let you lot profit for a bit. Go on.
I can't be a
What have
neutral
you seen
because
from Thomas Frank? Because I'm sure prior to Thomas Frank joining, would you have said he was a good manager?
yeah, but
Would
I
you have
said
said he's a manager you would have maybe considered a candidate?
I said he should never gone to Spurs.
Why
I'm
so?
on wax saying
He's
that.
too good for that.
No, I think the
What?
Brentford situation was calm, and I think one of those Spurs job is just the low-key bookie job, just the bookie job. Like you have a club that think they should be challenging for titles, that on the balance of the season, if they were lingering in 8th and finished 4th, it wouldn't be good enough.
Who?
Spurs. Like the expectation with Spurs is so weird because if he was chilling in 4th, you would want him to do more. If he is where he is,
No.
and yes.
No.
If you guys were 4th where the Premier League table is right now, you'd say, why are you not closer to Arsenal? That's what us. Based on where the Premier League table is right now.
Spurs fans see ourselves as title challengers?
No, based on where the Premier League table is now, right now. If Spurs were sitting in 4th,
we would have no problems.
Spurs would be what, 4th with 22
and do you know
points.
what? Do you know what the worst thing is?
So you look at it and be like, why can't we go further?
When we were third, I came
To be
here
fair, he was
talking about these issues,
Spurs
saying
was saying-
this third place is papering over the cracks because right now you've got from 2nd to about 14th. It's about a 5-point gap between them. You win 2 games, you shift up, you shift down. What I've seen has been a pattern of we can't control games.
Yep.
Defense is leaky. Despite I was being told we were building the defensive foundations first. Attackers, I don't know what the hell we're playing. I asked for tactical flexibility, and granted, fair play. I got it over the last couple of games. But it's been the wrong system. I understand 4-4-2 sitting deep against European champions PSG. But now, what? You're coming to Fulham at home, and you're setting up 2 banks of 4. Is Kevin and Raul Jimenez that scary? I don't think so.
Yeah.
And then you look at it, I don't think any of the individuals that we've had this season in our squad have improved compared to last year. So it's like, what are we doing? You're not improving the team tactically. You're not improving players individually. Defensively, we look lost. Midfield looks stale. Attack can't score goals to save their lives. Am I supposed to sit here and be like, nah, you know what? Thomas Frank, don't worry. It will click soon.
Frank, I think, has come into a team that I think needed more changes. First
Definitely.
of all. Obviously, you're missing Madison and Kulusevski. Where's Kulusevski? Injured. But yeah, Madison and Kulusevski. I just don't think when I watch Spurs, there's anything. I think Spurs are in that moment where I feel like it with Man United, but maybe because Man United have more drama around the football club, it's a bit different. But when I look at Spurs, it's just mid all round. Everything just feels flat. You know what I mean? The football feels flat. I don't feel like any. I think Kudus tries to bring this level of excitement, this level of fluidity to the team, but in the rest of it, I still think it's a bunch of guys who haven't made enough of a claim to be starters. Bergvall, one day you're good, you're decent, next day we don't really know. Bentancur, same thing. You look at Odebert, that little cluster of Brennan, Odebert, Colomwani, Richarlison. No one in that team feels like they're saying,
do you remember though,
I'm going to be a part of what
the main guy drive.
Do
you remember that I was saying that when I said Son left in the summer, Kane left last year or whatever. You've got a vacuum now in the dressing room for someone to come in and stake this claim as if it's their own team. And at the moment, for me, if young players are not going to be, step up or whatever, at least the coach has to paper over those cracks. At least the coach has to show me how to get the best out of these players. I'm not seeing that at the moment. So it's a case of, if you can't do that as a coach, what are you here for?
With that point, though, the 2 players that were looking to do that, Kulusevski, Matters, they were like vice captains and whatnot. They're not there. That's not an excuse. But even when you look at the recruitment of all of these names we were saying, right, you're talking about paving over the cracks. That Europa League paved over the cracks.
100%.
It was mid versus mid. And it's not like the floor. You've not raised the floor of your team. So what it then boils down to is, you look at Ange, you look at Thomas Frank. How different is Thomas Frank to an Ange?
Because I would say the floor has been raised. I'd say the ceiling hasn't. Because when you bring in, for me, I feel like this summer was actually the first summer where I've seen a manager get first team starters in his team. Kudus, Xavi Simons, Palhinha.
Xavi Simons was saying he's not out. Palhinha, you're complaining about every single week.
Xavi Simons was not signed as a bench warmer.
No,
Let's get that straight.
No, I agree.
Whether he's relegated to the bench or not, that's Thomas Frank's decision. You haven't been able to get the best out of him, that's on you. When you were playing him to asking him to pick up the ball from the edge of the box, and then next week you're playing him left wing, that's your decisions, bro. I have to judge you off that.
I agree with that, but you're the same person that says we have to look at the players. Like, has Xavi Simons given enough good of account that we can just say the manager?
Yeah, he should be doing back. I actually forgot about
I do agree.
So that's the first one. Yeah. Paulinho. People came in and said Paulinho was a bit part. That's not a solution. We're just going to take a loan to do something. So in terms of raising the floor,
what Paulinho is, he's offered so far at Spurs. Like, he breaks up the game, I guess, but you don't really want him in games where you're trying to dominate, you're trying to win.
And guess what he does?
Yeah.
Every game Paulinho's the first name.
Yeah, he puts him.
So to my point,
so I can't judge you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. But what I'm saying is, to my point about the squad, has the floor raised? But it's not for me. No.
In terms of the floor, I think it has, because when you get ready-made starters to improve your first team, all the other managers were getting potential and youngsters, and then you better hope Harry Kane and Son turn up.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like you've been given some starters. Okay, we credited you for your coaching, your man management, and your tactical ability. Can you just paper over, at least till January, make us look like a formidable team? Show me you're at least building an identity. So, it doesn't even have to be we're playing attacking football or we're playing defensive. Just show me some semblance of what you're trying to build. Because even way back we were going, and I hate that we always use Arteta as an example, but even when Arsenal were messy in that period during 8, you could see some kind of semblance of what Arteta's trying to build. 20 games in, I can't tell you if we're an attacking team or if we're a defensive team. Are we a counter-attacking team? Because we're not good at any of them.
I'll ask you
So
this
then
question.
I'm kind of like, what the hell are we?
When you watched Brentford back in the day, what did you think Brentford were?
Against big teams, they turn up. And they can always pull off a result. Counter-attacking, and in terms of taking advantage of set pieces, very good at that. And in terms of being hard to break down, that's how I looked at Brentford. I didn't see them as a swashbuckling side. And I thought, okay, cool, but there's certain games where they can be free-flowing and goal-scoring. And I thought, you know what, at least Thomas Frank, he's got that kind of yin and yang about him. Let's see what he brings. Early doors, it was, you know what, we're building the foundations of the defense first. I think we had like 4 clean sheets in our first 6 games. And I went, you know what? All right, let's see where this goes. But can we get a little something? Then in the Champions League when we're struggling. Then in the Carabao Cup when we're struggling. Then against Wolves. We have less XG than Wolves.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to sit here and be like, you know what, we're building something. Well, I don't know what we're building.
One thing I'm seeing a lot of is that people are saying like, oh, what do Spurs expect? Who do you think Spurs are? Blah, blah, blah. And I even saw it in Fuad's comments like, oh, let's just be honest, we've always been shit or whatever. But this, whether we paved over the cracks or not, they're the Europa League winners.
Yeah.
Like, you have a certain standard to uphold. They've been in the Champions League year on year. Like, how many times? In the last 10 years, Spurs have been in the Champions League many, many times.
Bro, we've been in Europe 18 of the last 20 years.
There we go. So they've been in Europe. So there's a certain expectation that they will have. If you start dropping your standards and accepting mediocrity, that's how quickly you look. Where's Sevilla these days? Sevilla, one day they're battling relegation, next day you don't even they're so yo-yo. You don't want to be that. Even though Sevilla, as I'm saying, are a team that have won things, they've won Europa League many times. You don't want to be that. You still need a level of consistency. So Spurs fans being mad at the situation, I think is justified because Spurs are sitting 14th or something at 12th at the
moment.
9th
or 10th. I can't remember last
I think you're outside the top half now.
Let me confirm it.
I think it's 12th, if I'm right. As you were saying.
Yeah, we slipped to 12th.
Yeah, they're 12th. So you look at...
We were 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, this is the thing. So I do think there's still an element of... Bro, Brighton fans want to play good football. Man United fans, the top 6,
doesn't want to
Newcastle,
play good
everybody wants to play good football. So now, because Spurs ain't playing good football, Spurs fans want good football. You can't turn around and be like, oh, but we've always been... They deserve to see some good football too. And Thomas Frank right now isn't serving it up.
It's not like we're talking about dominate every game. And look, I'm happy for the PSG game, the Arsenal away at the Emirates. Play counter-attacking, play nasty, whatever you need. But some games, you need to take the game to them. I've seen too many times Bournemouth, Wolves, this weekend Fulham, where we look like the second-rate team. And I'm like, and I'm sorry, everyone's saying, oh, you deserve, what do you expect? Nobody's going to start telling me that, like, Kudus is a mediocre player. In the summer, people would have taken him. Xavi Simons, prior to, obviously, him coming first, Chelsea fans were twerking all summer for him. Like, there's talent within this team, and people can't tell me and turn around all of a sudden now, oh, nah, Spurs, you finished 17th last year. You should be happy if you're 12th. What? So come on, man.
Where'd you go from here, though? Because you're saying it's 20 games with Thomas Frank. You're not convinced.
What?
Do you think? I'll say two
Here's
things.
the thing.
Do you
We
think you
paid
can change it around long term? And two, do you think that this could be one of Villa are top 4 after losing their first 5 games?
This is the thing. This is the thing. Is you can't actually like discount him because 3 wins now, and all of a sudden he could be third, and everything's looking hunky dory. The thing is, we paid 15 million to get him out of Brentford. We recruited all his assistants.